Now we come to Aristotle, who in many ways is the antithesis or polar opposite of Plato, in ways that the Renaissance painter Raphael dramatized in his painting, School of Athens. But Aristotle also continues many themes from Plato, even as he transforms them. We shouldn't be surprised at this close relationship to Plato, since Aristotle was his student for many years. Plato, we know, founded an institution of research and higher education in Athens that was known as the Academy, a name that indicates its location by a shrine sacred to a hero named Academos. But the name has now come to stand for institutions of higher learning quite generally. Aristotle, who grew up in the court of the royal family in Macedonia, was sent to Athens at the age of 17 to study at the academy, in the way young people today of about that age go away to college or university. Aristotle remained in Plato's academy for 20 years, until the death of Plato, in fact. It wasn't that he was a slow learner or had to repeat courses. Rather, he became a full-fledged member of the academy, indeed one of its most important and respected members. So much so that there was some consternation and surprise that he was not named Plato's successor as head of the school when Plato died in 347 BCE. In the course of time, Aristotle would found his own school, the Lyceum, also named after its location, a grove sacred to Apollo Lucius, but also the source of another familiar name for an educational institution today, the Lycée. Now, Aristotle, like Plato, was a prolific writer, and he had a reputation in antiquity as a great prose stylist. Unfortunately, the works that he prepared for publication and that earned him that reputation have been lost. Instead, we have writings that were not intended for publication or for an audience outside of philosophical circles. Their style is rough, compressed, sometimes technical, and has none of the charm or elegance we find in Plato's dialogues. So reading Aristotle can be rough going. You have to go slowly and read over each passage several times, but it's well worth the effort. So if the assigned readings on Aristotle seem like they're pretty short to you, don't be misled. Now, as with Plato and the pre-Socratics, there is a standard way of referring to the works of Aristotle and to places within those works. These are called Becker numbers, named after Immanuel Becker, who produced a complete edition of the works of Aristotle in the 19th century that was published by the Prussian Academy. You will find these so-called Becker numbers in the margins of the translation of Aristotle that we will be using. A Becker number consists of 3 parts, corresponding first to the page number in Becker's edition, the column number, which is an A or a B, and then a line number. For example, 998A30, which is part of Aristotle's work, The Metaphysics, is page 998 of Becker's edition, first column, A, and line 30. There are usually 30 to 40 lines in a Becker page, and in translations, these are usually marked at every 5 lines. Now, on the traditional ordering of Aristotle's works, the treatise known as the Categories comes first. So its Becker numbers begin at 1A1. Check it out in your translation. The Categories will be our starting point with Aristotle too, for it is here that we get a very clear picture of Aristotle's fundamental disagreement with Plato about the nature of reality. This is the disagreement that the painter Raphael captured in having Plato point to the sky while Aristotle gestures towards the ground, to the world of our everyday experience.